Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ivy, and today I'm going to be doing the Lover book tag. This is Taylor Swift's newest album. It came out about a month ago, so I'm a little late to this tag, but like, whatever. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite Taylor Swift album ever. Taylor Swift is my favorite singer. In case you can't tell by the calendar that I have, the fact that I'm so excited about this. It has 18 songs on it, and in this tag, I'm going to be pairing each song with a book. So let's just do this thing. Our first song is I Forgot That You Existed, and this is a character that I would like to forget or I wish had never existed at all, and that is Nick from Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I get why Nick exists as a character for the purpose of the story, but I hate him. Mostly because at the beginning I liked him and I was rooting for him, but then he turned into a jerk and he really did bad stuff to Kath. The next song is Cruel Summer, and this is my favorite summer romance book. I actually have not read like any summer romances, so this is a summer romance book. I did enjoy it, I just don't really have a basis for comparison. Music by Jen Marie Thorne. This book is about a girl named Ruby who used to want to be like a classical piano player, like concert pianist. That's what I was looking for, but she kind of bombs a really important audition and then she's rethinking her goals in life. It's the summer and this kid Oscar comes into her life who is studying under her father, and he is like a total musical prodigy. They start a romance and it's a pretty cute book, and I especially love the music aspect to it since I myself play piano and I had a lot of fun with it. Next song is Lover. This is one of my favorites off the album. It's obviously the title track of the album, but the prompt for this one is Your OTP, One True Pair, June and Day from the Legend series by Marie Lu. June and Day's relationship was probably one of the first book relationships that I ever fell in love with. I just was so captivated by their love for each other and how intense their relationship was. Next song is The Man. This is one of my favorite strong female leads. Again, there are so many that I love, but this one is especially great. Diana from Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. Obviously, she's Wonder Woman. This is such an obvious answer, but Wonder Woman is such an incredible character and like story. I love Wonder Woman. She's my favorite superhero. And she's great, and strong, and female. The next song on the album is The Archer. This is a fantasy world that I would be willing to live in, and I know this is like the most obvious answer in the world, but how could I resist? The Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I don't know, man, like, I thought about all these other fantasy worlds, and they're all super dangerous. Like, I don't want to get eaten by a dragon or something. But in Harry Potter, I could go to Hogwarts and go to diagonally, or however you say it, and get a wand and drink some butterbeer, do some magic stuff. My number one dream vacation spot is Harry Potter World Universal. If anybody wants to take me, please, by all means, go right ahead. Next we have I Think He Knows, which is, oh, they're all so good. Like, I just need to stop saying that it's my favorite because literally they're all my favorite. This is the most loved book on your shelves. For me, that would be Harry Potter as well, but since we already used Harry Potter, we're gonna go with Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This is 100% one of my favorite books of all time. I love it so much. This follows a boy named Simon. It's his junior year of high school, and he is gay and has not come out. However, he has been emailing this other closeted gay kid named Blue. Simon is starting to kind of develop feelings for him, even though he doesn't know who he is. Things get a little complicated when a boy named Martin finds these emails and starts blackmailing Simon with them. This is such a funny book and, like, made me feel so warm and fuzzy. The characters are great, the story is great, Everything about it is great. The next song is Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. This is my favorite forbidden romance. I picked Jacob and Emma from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This isn't technically a forbidden romance, but it's kind of like a weird romance because Emma dated Jacob's grandfather because there's time travel involved and it's kind of a crazy thing, and also Jacob and Emma, like, their relationship is kind of difficult to have since she is in a time loop and he's not, so it's just kind of a complicated situation, and I just loved it so much. The next song is Paper Rings. Paper Rings is definitely one of my favorites, I can tell you that right now, but this question is kind of weird. The question for this one is a book lover that you would marry. I couldn't think of anybody, so I said myself. The next song is Cornelia Street. This is a book that is set in a place that I would love to visit, and I picked Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings because it's set in space. I want to go to space, but like I'm also terrified of space, but I just think it'd be really cool to go to space. Next song is Death by a Thousand Cuts. This is a book that turned me into a puddle of mush. I picked The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This follows a black young woman named Star Carter who is in the car when her best friend is shot and killed by a white police officer. It just has a lot of themes. There's a lot going on in this book, but it is so incredibly powerful and important, and everybody needs to read this book. The next song is London Boy, and this is my favorite British character. I had to do a repeat. I'm sorry. Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series. Obviously, she was my favorite British character. Like, there's no comparing to Hermione Granger. Our next song is Soon You'll Get Better, and this is my favorite book that deals with sickness. I picked The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This is about a girl named Hazel Grace Lancaster who has terminal lung cancer, and she goes to a support group one day and meets a boy named Augustus Waters who also has cancer. This is just such a good book. I cried a lot. The next song is False God, and the prompt is the sexiest romance book you've read. But I haven't really read any romance books. I mean, I've read a few. So I'm just gonna go with the most inappropriate book I've ever read. I definitely should not have read this book when I read it, but that's okay. Looking for Alaska by John Green. Let's just say this book has some very mature scenes in it. Would not recommend it if you are, like, under the age of 15. Next is You Need to Calm Down. This is a book that I fangirl about like no other. Harry Potter was the obvious choice, but since I've used that twice already, we're gonna go with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I absolutely love this series, and I will always jump on a chance to talk about it. I feel like there's a lot that you can discuss with this book because there's so much going on. Our next song is Afterglow. This prompt is a villain that you can't help but love, and I had trouble coming up with this, so I changed it a little bit to an anti-hero that I can't help but love, and that is Artemis from Artemis Fowl by Owen Colfer. Artemis is a 12-year-old criminal genius, and as you can probably tell by just the fact that he is a 12-year-old criminal genius, he is absolutely amazing. He is such a funny character, and one of the best characters that I've ever read, to be honest. Our next song is Me. This is a book character that I would love to play in a movie/TV adaptation. Technically, this adaptation has already happened, but it was so awful that I'm not counting it. I would love to play Annabeth Chase from the Percy Jackson series. Annabeth is one of, like, my favorite characters ever. I don't know. I would just love to play her in the movies because the Percy Jackson movies were absolute garbage, but we don't need to talk about that. So our next song is It's Nice to Have a Friend. This is my favorite friends to lovers couple. I've already used this book, but I could not resist using it again, and that is Kath and Blank from Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I don't want to spoil who the blank is, but if you read Fangirl, you know who I'm talking about. I loved this so much. made me so happy. Their relationship was perfect. The last song on Lover is Daylight. This is a book that left a lasting impression on me, and I picked Dear Evan Hansen by Val Emmett. This is based on the really popular musical on Broadway. I honestly did not love the book. The book was great for like background knowledge, but the show is what really got me. It's just such a beautiful story that hit me in so many places so hard, and I will always be thinking about this story. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if you have not already, you will go listen to Lover because it is so good. I love it so much, and I would just want to listen to it for the rest of my life. I'll see you next time with another video. Bye!